here today to get some pictures of Kyra Vanstone, British show jumper. These pictures are for her sponsors to use. Whilst we're here, we're going to try out this new Sony lens. It's a 12-24-2.8 G Master. When I first started using Sony equipment, one of my favourite lenses was the 12-24 F4. This new one is a replacement for that, and it's 2.8. I was scared this might make the lens much bigger and heavier than it was before, but I'm pleased to say they've managed to make a small 12-24 2.8. I mean, that's the only one on the market, the only super wide angle lens that isn't really a bit of a brick. For this test today, we're using two A9 Mark II Alpha cameras. They're mounted on floor plates and FLM LB15 tripod heads. This is pretty typical of how I set remotes up. Quite often you want to put a remote where you can't go physically, you know, like right underneath a show jumper's jump. When shooting show jumping, it's not just about a horse hanging over the jump. What we're shooting here is a horse rising to the jump, and in a way that can be more spectacular because the horse is rearing up, about to jump. It's a really acute, interesting angle. We've got the camera set at 12,800th of a second to completely freeze the action. We're shooting at 2.8 because we want to see the performance of the lens at 2.8. The older camera we've got set up at 6,400th of a second at f4. Both at identical ASA, about 500 ASA. We're able to look through the viewfinder remotely using the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II phone. On this phone you can live view, which means you can see through the camera viewfinder from a distance. You can adjust the shutter speeds, adjust the apertures, fine-tune your picture. You can fire the shutter. You know, it's a really good accessory for these cameras. I'm particularly pleased this new lens is 2.8. To try and get the absolute perfect image today, it's very important we do not spook the rider or the horse. These cameras are silent, and they'll shoot at 20 frames a second, so they're helping us all the way. Much of my working career is spent in stadiums under floodlights. 2.8 enables me still to shoot at that high 8,000th of a second in some cases, or at worst 6,400th of a second. This for me is the ultimate remote lens. I can put it in all sorts of unusual spots. It helps produce absolutely stunning images. The lens is incredibly sharp all across the whole frame. It is absolutely the best super wide zoom on the market.